Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Stafford on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Duke Riley came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones maybe bring your running back.
And he's going to go down again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, Where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Set, lady. Drill right, 22.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come to my work. Hey, 54. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing again. Stafford. And this is Cook with a grab. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, wahoo! Let's get off the field.
To throw is Wentz. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready, lady.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check, cross. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Easy, alert. 59. What happened?
Now Stafford. Open man here is Conklin. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down. Stafford now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 26.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Throwing to Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Running for it, here's Cook. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They run again on 1st down, Cook. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Monday. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. He runs.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. That'll be complete to Cook. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I got you. Straight 15. Hey, Delta. 58.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Wentz now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
50. 180. List on 7. Wrap. Hey, let's go. Yeah, come on. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Get him, boy. Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check 3.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge 3rd down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch. Late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty of room to run.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Past the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Back to throw, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right?
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Stand with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Stafford now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, over.
To throw is Wentz. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Got some real estate inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down.
Now a run with Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Tight end right. We got 3.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's 3rd and 9.